Today's small world is Chaos Engine, the game that my Atari ST wouldn't run because it only had half a megabyte of memory. So I would go around to my friend's house and play it on his Amiga. And like true aficionados of the game, it's not a two-player local co-op. It's a two-player competitive PvE game. Hey, what I will say straight away from playing this is, ow. When you play it with the WASD keys, your forearm does start to hurt a little bit after a while. The gameplay is definitely designed around a joystick, which was, of course, the favoured instrument of gameplay at the time. This is the GOG version, and I'm currently using basically WASD and my spacebar to move around and shoot. And as I say, it's a little bit painful on the old forearm Aru. The game being designed around a joystick, and this kind of, you can see what I'm doing here is when I come across an enemy, I'm almost walking around them and outflanking them. That was kind of just what you had to do as part of the gameplay loop, or was at least the hack me and my buddy Ross found when we were playing it back in the day. This is how we play it too, because once you shoot the enemies, their projectile continues. So often, even though you've killed them, you have to get out the way of the projectile because it damages you. So you end up doing this dance, which worked perfectly with a joystick, but is a little painful under modern conditions. Also, there looks to be a lot of graphics smoothing in this version, which I'm not such a big fan of. The game itself was by the Bitmap brothers, who also made the excellent Xeon 2 Mega Blast. It is a game where you get to pick your main characters. There's two to start off with, and then you can buy different characters in the later levels, I believe is how it works. It had a really cool kind of steampunk aesthetic, something that you didn't really get much of from video games back then. And that was cool. In fact, I'm trying to think of another steampunky video game, and this might well have been the first time I ever came across that sort of steampunk style. Very cool. Mix of sort of fantasy and future with a little bit of cowboy and western mixed in, right? And certainly as a young lad, it was appealing to me both in art style and gameplay. And yeah, now that I'm a grown up and have a PC with 32 gigabytes of RAM, I can play it. And my first reaction is I need a joystick to play it. I can't keep playing it with the keyboard because it's really hurting my hand. Now I'm aware it was ported to the Super Nintendo or SNES, which was the second video gaming console I had after the Atari ST. Or does the Atari ST technically count as a computer? I guess it does. So my first ever gaming console. And still probably my favourite controller. But I don't see it working on that one either. So I still think joystick is the way to go for the Chaos Engine. Memory is coming back to me now. I'm just starting to remember that you could upgrade equipment and gear after the end of each level. So it was probably the first game I ever played with upgrades too. I can't think of another one. So, you know, you kind of had a shooter with RPG elements, which came to the forefront later on, right? Those games became really popular. Maybe in the Xbox 360 era. There was loads of it, wasn't there? Yeah, tangent. Okay, moving back to the Chaos Engine. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I really don't think I have anything left to say, so I'll just say special power.
Player safe.